Okay, so I'm just gonna jump in really quick. I don't normally stop and talk in the middle of this, but you've obviously noticed what has happened. So first of all, when I was laying this down, this tore, not a big deal. Then this wasn't dry, which because I was so grooving and excited. This wasn't dry, so when I laid my tape down, the paper came up. So, note to self, wait for it to dry. However, once the paper came up, I was like, ooh, I like it. So, I'm gonna make this work. You just watch how this is gonna turn out. So, all right, back to your regular scheduled program. there she is. She made it. She turned out all right. I'm telling you what, she made me fight for. I had to fight for this one. Oh my gosh, everything was just, my paints weren't working, the glazing medium was clogged, everything. I mean, it was just like, oh my goodness. My palette knife looks like a tornado. I mean, my palette, not my palette knife. I'm a little like, gosh, it was just been one of those days. So anyway, all right, so here we are. I had such amazing ideas for this piece, and it came out okay. Didn't come out exactly like I wanted it to, but I'm still pleased. So there's a collage pack for this piece. It's 6 pages. There's 3 pages of maps, vintage maps, and a couple from this 1965 life book from Italy, and then another vintage map from 1958 that's got like kind of the nautical stuff on it, which I love, love, love. And then the cobblestone down here, and the ocean view or water view, and then the bricks. And I didn't end up using the bricks. I was going to kind of cut them out and use them to kind of help accentuate some of these bricks here, but I didn't want to cover up I just love the map showing through. It's just so beautiful. I love that. And then of course I always say use your stencil, make them work for you. So that's what I did, and of course it wasn't dry yet and it tore up some of the paper, but I'm okay with that because the cobblestone would never be perfect anyway, and so these little bits of grunge here and there, I might go back over it and touch it up a little bit more, but you know, it's kind of like a little pothole or something like that, so I'm totally okay with that. And then this tore up here too, and you can't even tell. I have one little glitch here that I think I'm gonna try to, even maybe just that will help. Yeah, that looks better. And then all is good. So you know, if you're looking for a specific part of your stencil, make sure you just tape it off, but make sure your stuff is dry below. Otherwise, and this is the door, this is the large door stencil. I'll have it listed on the blog, but I love the brick and all of that. Alright, so collage pack, all that, okay, I got all that handled. And then of course I did all my shading with charcoal pencil, and I probably should go around the edge here with my charcoal, my signature, right? I don't know what it is, it just is. It's my thing, my style, just like paper. Gotta have papers and words and a little bit of charcoal. Just frames it in so beautifully. Perfect. Alright, so my thought, as I was thinking about this, I was thinking about freedom. I was reading, no, what was I? It was a magazine article or something, and the word freedom came up, and it talked about how sometimes we get stuck. And I thought, how true. I mean, just in our everyday lives, we can get stuck in the same patterns and habits that aren't good or whatever. But sometimes there's a bigger picture of being stuck. And when I think about freedom, I think about the place that gives us peace. And for me, it's water. And being in my studio, this is my little haven down here. So this is representative of freedom, which is right here. This is the block. This is where we get stuck. This wall here. That's why it's so prominent. We get stuck so often in those tapes that happen when we either get hurt, like we're not worthy. We're not worthy of somebody loving and respecting us, or when we get hurt by death. See, I don't deserve, this is what I deserve, or, you know, different things like that. Those tapes come up. They do for me, and I've been in therapy, been through therapy for many, many years to heal and deal with a lot of those issues over time. And they still come up, and we still have to work our way through them. And it's still, the wall still happens, but I have the power to walk past the wall, walk through the door, out to the freedom. And, you know, you might stop here for a second and forget what's on the other side. And my friends, courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to walk through that fear and get to the other side. So it takes courage to get unstuck. It takes courage to say, no, I'm worthy of love, or I'm whatever it is, whatever situation that you're dealing with that gets you stuck. I'm worthy of a healthy life. I you know, deserve whatever. And it takes courage to get past that block and walk to the other side, to freedom. And sweet freedom doesn't mean we don't have responsibilities, doesn't mean we don't have the stuff that we have to deal with. It just means we have the courage and the ability to recognize where we are and to walk through the fear to the other side. And touch the sweet, sweet freedom. Freedom to create, freedom to dream, freedom to make a business, freedom to love, freedom to dream. Oh, all the freedoms that we could even think of are there and waiting for us and waiting for you. All right, my friends, meet me where the sky touches the waves, all right? Let's all get to the freedom side. My friends, I hope your Sunday is awesome. I hope that it's restful. I hope it's free. I hope you're relaxing and enjoying and partaking in all of your dreams and your freedom. And I hope that you always, always know that you are loved.